I am grateful for this opportunity to congratulate you on behalf of the members of the Washington Elementary School District Board on your great accomplishment. You've finished elementary school and you're ready to move on to the next stage of your schooling, high school. And not only have you successfully completed your elementary school career, but you managed to do it in a year like no other. This year, full of Google Meets, Pear Decks, Chromebooks, and quarantines was rough, but you did it. Congratulations. However, remember you did not do it alone. I want to offer my thanks and congratulations to the families, parents, teachers, staff, friends, and others who have helped each of you and all of you to get to this point, and who will no doubt continue to support you as you move on in your educational journey. In your time in school, you have worked to gain skills and knowledge that you will need as you continue to learn and to grow. You have built a foundation on which you will continue to build your future. As a high school teacher myself, I have spent more time in high school than most people ever will. So I hope you will allow me to share one piece of advice as you begin the next stage of your journey. In high school, you will have new opportunities, you will meet new people, you will experience new independence, and you will make many, many choices. I would encourage you as wholly as I can to choose to get involved, to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and to stretch yourself. One of my favorite quotes is from Rear Admiral Grace Hopper, who not only had a successful naval career, but was also a female pioneer in computer programming. She said, "A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." In this metaphor, you, of course, are the ship, and the port is the comfortable, unchallenging routine that you might be tempted to settle into even as you transition into high school. I challenge you to step outside of your port, to be willing to try new things, and to push yourself to experience all that high school has to offer you. I have never had a student tell me that they wish they had spent more time at home by themselves instead of participating in the clubs, sports, co-curricular activities, and the many school events that will be offered to you. I have, however, heard students express regret that they have hesitated to step up or failed to take advantage of opportunities and experiences that came their way. Do not be that student. Seize the opportunities that arise. Take advantage of the experiences offered to you. With the help of your family, friends, and teachers, move out of the port and into the sea of possibilities. It is vast, it is full of adventure, and it is yours. Congratulations to each of you, and I wish you so much success and adventure as you move ahead.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 8th grade promotion ceremony for our Cholla Chargers. At this time, I'd like to introduce Xavier Sanchez, who will lead us in the pledge.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Xavier. Good morning, parents, grandparents, and extended family members. Welcome to Cholla Middle School's recognition ceremony for the 2020-2021 8th grade class. I'm Phil Gerritsen. I'm the principal at Cholla Middle School, and it is an honor to be here with you this afternoon. On behalf of the 8th grade class, I want to say thank you for supporting Cholla, our programs, and our teachers the past 2 years. Before we begin, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a few people. At our district office, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Paul Stanton and Dr. Lynn Bailey for their leadership. Also, Our assistant principal here at Cholla Middle School, Mrs. Mindy Pelagi. Our instructional coach, Christina Lee. Our student service specialist, Miss Debbie Yarbrough. Social worker, Julia Radliff. Our office manager, Monica Ramirez. And our facility manager, Raymond Vahar. I would be remiss if I did not mention our wonderful staff at Cholla. I am blessed to have such a dedicated group of teachers and staff members at Cholla. This staff cares deeply about our students, and it is an honor to work alongside them. To the 2020-21 8th grade class, Cholla Middle School says, congratulations to you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yay! Your family and the entire Cholla staff, we are so proud of your accomplishments while at Cholla. You see, in March 2020, when you were about to embark on the fourth quarter of your 7th grade year, we closed our doors for the rest of the year because of COVID-19. At the beginning of your 8th grade year, we started the year online. It just wasn't the same. In October, we brought you back to school 2 days a week. Those that came were glad to be here, but it really wasn't the same. Half of our students remained online. The in-person model lasted for 5 weeks. For you math whizzes, we only saw students for 10 days. It just wasn't enough time. After the hybrid model ended, we said goodbye to our in-person students around mid-November, and then we went back to online learning. We continued through the middle of March online. Then, on March 22nd, we opened our doors so that students could return to school for the fourth quarter, 5 days a week with masks on. However, it just wasn't the same because half of our school population, and that is you in the audience today, remained online. It just wasn't the same at Cholla without you. We wanted all our kids to return to school, but it was just not meant to be. Many of you, and I mean many of you, had multiple schedule changes through all this. Despite all these changes that came your way, you withstood every challenge. You persevered and took all those challenges head on. You are to be commended for fighting the good fight, for charging forward. It is what we do at Cholla. We charge forward. We don't look back. Always remember that. To our parents, grandparents, and extended family watching this afternoon, thank you for supporting these kids. The challenges you faced during COVID was enormous, but you persevered as well. You are to be commended as well for a job very well done. I will conclude with this. Chargers, do not be afraid of your next challenge. Do not question yourself or your lack of self-confidence, but rather work collaboratively with each other. Be honorable by doing the right thing and making good choices. Be open-minded by having a growth mindset. Be a leader just by example. And never stop your desire to want to be a learner. And lastly, be an achiever by setting goals and striving to attain them. If you follow the Cholla characteristics of a Charger for the next 4 years in high school, you will be successful. this unique chapter of your educational journey is ending. The next chapter begins in August as you begin high school. Then it ends in May of 2025 when you graduate from high school. The number of school days, just school days, in between those two dates is 720. Make every one of those 720 school days count. We are so proud of you, and remember to always charge forward. Congratulations, 8th graders. Thank you, thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our first speaker. She is here today, Matasia Elliott. Come on forward, Matasia.
Hello, my name is Matasia Elliott. When I first came to Cholla, I knew no one here. I was so consumed with worrying if people would like me, but on my first day here in 7th grade, I met lots of wonderful people who are now my friends, and I was not worried anymore because I knew that people liked me for who I am. I also met a group of teachers who believed in me. Even though my in-person middle school experience was cut short by the pandemic, I still remember having lots of fun going to school dances, meeting my best friends, and working hard for what I want to do in life. Middle school has taught me to believe in myself no matter what people might say about me. If I would have listened to the handful of people telling me my dream was bad and boring, that I was weird for working hard in school, I would not be where I am now. I want to leave you here with 2 pieces of advice. 1, don't lose yourself in high school, and what I mean by that is whoever likes you will like you for you and not a fake personality. Also, don't leave your friends behind for popularity because that won't matter after high school. People are not going to care if you were popular in high school when you're applying for a job or trying to get into college. The second piece of advice I would like to give you is that you are the only person that controls your future. Don't just do what makes other people happy because then you will be miserable. You have the control and independence to do what makes you happy, so go for it, go work hard. But first, have the best summer you can because we only have one life, so why not make it count?
Thank you, Matasia. We are so proud of you. Our next speaker is with us, and I'd like to introduce you to Miss Olivia Martinez.
Hello, Cholla staff and students. My name is Olivia Martinez. Thank you for being here today. This past school year has been chaotic. We faced a devastating pandemic, social distancing, and online school. Transferring to online school was a challenge, from setting up laptops to getting into meets and Wi-Fi issues. It felt wonderful to finally return to school, something most of us will never take for granted again. But as you will hear from the speakers today and have already heard, many lessons were learned from our collective experiences, both in and out of school. The pandemic not only impacted our education, but each of us personally. Most of us know someone who became ill or had our families separate temporarily, and sadly, in too many instances, people lost loved ones. For myself, I was lucky. I did not lose anyone to the disease, but I did experience the fear all of us felt when I saw my mother, a nurse, selflessly serving others on the front lines of the scourge. This demonstration of strength taught me the greatest lessons I learned this year. First and foremost, each of us has an obligation to use our gifts to help others whenever an opportunity presents itself. Thank you, Mom, for doing just that. And thank you to all frontline workers for setting this example. We see your sacrifice. We also thank the teachers that have shaped us along the way. Furthermore, we would be remiss not to thank our family and friends who have supported us through the years. This pandemic has also taught us the value of human relationships. We never really know what we're missing until it's taken from us, whether that be familial, friendship, or even romantic relations. COVID-19 reminded us to cherish the ones we love most. While some of us have waited more than a year to see family members, all of us anticipate the day when we can high-five and shake hands again without immediately reaching for a glob of hand sanitizer. Humans naturally crave contact, and social distancing is not natural. Yet we persevered. Today, everyone is now eligible for a vaccine, mask mandates have begun to loosen, and the world is settling back into a state of normalcy. Most exciting, we are reconnecting. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said it best: if civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships, the ability of all people, of all kinds, to live together in the same world at peace. Let's face it, people need people. So as a class, we can move forward, together. For we have experienced something no one has seen for a century, but we did it together. We will look back at this experience and be able to say, I was there, I survived that, and I did it with my loved ones by my side. Let us not forget the lessons we learned, to cherish those you love now, for we all know the only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. And as my English teacher, Mrs. McKeever, said, if a good life means facing challenges, bring it on. Thank you.
Olivia, I think you have a future in public speaking. Just saying. Well done. At this time, I'd like to introduce our assistant principal, Mrs. Mindy Palagi.
Good afternoon. It's so nice to see faces instead of little letters like we're used to in the meets. I'm glad that you all came today. First, I must start with congratulations to you all. You made it to the end of the year. Many would say you survived the toughest school year ever, but you did more than survive. Yes, it was tough. However, we can't forget about the silver linings of this year. Some may view this school year as a year of missed opportunities and special moments never had, but I challenge all of you to view it as a year that can be used to propel yourself forward. See, you learned many new skills this year, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few of them. Normally, my speech at promotion is about acknowledging your accomplishments in athletics, performing arts, and clubs. With this year being unlike any other, I'd like to instead highlight the unusual experiences that shaped your 8th grade year. You lived through a historical event, and it affected each of you very differently. Some students thrived in virtual learning and experienced their greatest academic achievements ever this year. Some took care of younger siblings while managing online classes and quickly learned the challenges of being a parent pulled in many directions. And some of you, probably all of you, got a taste of what it might be like to work from home in your pajamas someday. Moving forward, remember this: you are a young person who did the impossible. If you told me or Mr. Garrettson 1 year ago right now that we would be finishing a school year with a significant amount of virtual learning behind us, we'd shake our heads and say, that's just not possible. But it was, and it happened, and we were wrong to ever think that. You made it possible. You demonstrated flexibility, focus, determination, and that growth mindset that your teachers have been talking about for years. You showed up for your Google Meets, and sometimes you didn't. But you're here now, and in many ways, this year has shaped you to become a person ready for the unknown. Use this experience as a gift and something that can keep moving you forward. In the future, when adults or even your friends say to you, that's just not possible, I challenge you to smile and say, yes, it is, and I've done impossible things before, because this year you did. Congratulations again to our 8th grade class of 2021. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Balaji. I could not do my job without her. So thank you. All right, on to our next student speaker, Mr. Ramon Bravo. Come on up, Ramon.
Good afternoon, Cholla staff and students. I am honored to be here today to give this speech. It felt like just yesterday that I had arrived here. At first, coming to Cholla was a scary idea, not only because the amount of people I'd be surrounded, but they were new. That fear slowly faded away as I got to meet new friends and teachers. They made me feel comfortable in a place that I never thought I would be. As an online student, I missed coming to school and going through the first half of my day, waiting for lunch to come around just so that I can hang with my friends that always made me smile and laugh. I will definitely miss the moments that I won the school spelling bee and being known as a spelling bee kid to anyone who didn't know me. I get past each day remembering that great things never come from comfort zones. And this past year has shown me that, and I'm sure most 8th graders here can relate to that. What this motivational phrase means is that you have to step out of your comfort zone to see progress and or change. You cannot stay in your comfort zone and expect to see any growth, especially during this time. We struggle because our minds have been full of stress from living through a pandemic, and being in a pandemic doesn't help with any growth in areas that you wish to excel in. Being an online student for more than half of junior high has shown me how much I actually enjoy going to school every day and seeing the teachers and my friends. It has shown me how hard and uncomfortable life can be at times. Just remember that change is uncomfortable, and this change just happened out of nowhere and so fast. It came into our lives in a blink of an eye, and it has made us transfer into a new environment in which we have never been in. So it's okay if you have been stressed and uncomfortable. Most people in this gym can relate to what I'm trying to convey. No matter whether you are in person or online, you felt the struggle of learning through a pandemic. I want to thank every teacher here for doing their absolute best for teaching us. I know that some 8th graders will remember the awkward moment when a teacher called you out on your little boo thing or your crush. Those were good times. This memory that I'm about to share isn't so much of an embarrassing one, but a humorous one. To anyone who knows or has seen me, you know that my hair has always been at a medium length. Well, last year, halfway through 7th grade wouldn't be it. I had my hair cut to about half an inch in length, and the faces and reaction of those who saw me was the funniest thing ever. Now look at me, a year later with long hair. Another memory some 8th graders will recall is in Miss Tompkins' class when we made characters from Hamlet. Poor 7th grade us made some distorted and mutilated paper characters, but you know what? It's the effort that counts. Do you guys remember when we had to pop the balloons on the chair out on the field? Well, I can respectively say I didn't do so good, but there were some other students who did fantastically. I also remember coming to the teachers versus students dodgeball game. Kind of felt bad for throwing the dodgeballs at teachers. Forgive me if I ever did hit you guys with one. It's okay though, because the teachers won. I'm just playing, we won. The dodgeball game is one of, if not my favorite moment at Cholla. It will not be forgotten by me. Coming to Cholla did scare me, but I enjoyed my time here, and I will definitely miss everyone here. I know that feeling I had when I first came here will be the same as I transfer into high school and with more people. To any of my friends or acquaintances that aren't going to Apollo, have fun going into high school, and I will miss you. I'm so happy I was able to be in your class, Mr. Fashan, Miss Gaston, Miss Tompkins, Miss Savitz, Miss Rikes, Coach Tyler, Miss Cano, Mr. Williams, Miss Ladarth, Miss Anderson, Miss Moan, and last but not least, Miss Dunham. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Ramon. Job well done, as always. Our next student speaker is Mr. Lin Hong.
Good afternoon, Cholla. Good afternoon, Cholla staff and students. My name is Lin Ong. Thank you for having me here today.
Let me type that up real quick. It's not going to stay. There you go.
The 2020-21 school year has been a year riddled with immense difficulties. There is no doubt that this has been one of the most demanding school years in the 21st century. The COVID pandemic has taken a undeniable toll on the world, of which includes taking away from us our time, our resources, and most importantly, the lives of many, many great individuals. Global presence of the virus can only be described as devastating, and its effects on everyday activities that we take for so granted cannot be understated. Do not, however, lose hope, as we're truly on the verge of better times. Although we endure a valley of great challenges, we also stand at a falcon point in history. We are pioneers, innovators, the first generation to have successfully navigated the virtual learning environment. This year, we're building a foundation for all future students. A foundation that will allow anyone, anywhere, to seek an education, Following this year, the barriers of distance, physical inability, or other limitations in relation to learning will be removed. Online education will no longer be merely a novel concept, but rather a fully fledged, tried and tested alternative method to campus teaching. Congratulations to every single one of you here, especially my classmates, for achieving and contributing to such a wonderful school year. Let's also recognize our teachers, our parents, and our staff members for working restlessly to ensure the quality of our education in such a challenging time. And finally, I want to ask you this. If you're able to master this monumental obstacle, if you're able to strive even through these times, what else are you capable of achieving? What great destiny awaits? Best wishes, enjoy your summer, and thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. We're very proud of you. And I believe I didn't add that in this one for some reason. I thought I did. But we have another speaker, but she's not on mine. Brianna Ramos, come on forward.
Hello, I am Brianna, and I regret to inform you that we are all going to high school next year.
Good.
Sadly, we didn't get to spend as much time here due to the situation we have been in, but we made the best of it. During the time we were here, we got to have many good experiences. Some of us were able to participate in memorable events, such as the haunted house, performances with the choir group, and or field trips to the movie theater and castles and coasters. The trips we took were fun. We didn't just get those experiences, but we had a school year like no other. Some of us have been online since the beginning of 8th grade, and some went back and forth from in-person and online. It was a little while trying to figure out our classes for this year, but it was all figured out in the end. I do want to say a special thanks to Mr. Garrettson, Mr. Williams, and Ms. Anderson for making these memorable moments happen and for continuing to get through this. Not only did I have those experiences, but I got to meet new teachers and friends as well. We are fortunate to have some really great teachers here at Cholla. Mr. Fry was one of them. He would let us talk to him if we needed to about something personal. He would be there for any student who needed him. Mr. Fry was a good teacher and a funny one too, unless you did something you weren't supposed to. Another teacher would be Ms. Rikes. Being online and switching from one to another, she was one of the many that tried her best. She tried her best to help her students interact with each other and to have some fun while online. Even though I was personally close to these teachers, I know they are just a small sample of many. So on behalf of my classmates and me, I want to say thank you to all the teachers who work for Cholla. You continued working hard despite the problems that have happened, so I thank you. To all of my peers, you also got through this past year. I know we all might have gone through some serious challenges, but you are now here, completing 8th grade and going to high school. Some advice I have for you would be to just be yourself. Don't change for someone else. Make sure to focus on your studies so you can have good opportunities. We charged forward this year, so I know we can really rock it in high school. Thank you.
Once again, Brianna, I apologize. I had it on there. I typed your name, B-R-Y. Okay, she said it's okay, everybody. So it was on there. But job well done. We're very proud of you. All right, at this time, we are ready to present our 8th graders who have been online for quite some time to everyone. So let's start with our first group. And if Miss Agee class can work their way around the gym, Miss Agee is coming up and will present her homeroom class to you.
Please hold your applause until the end. Serena Baca. Soraya Bennett. Abraya Jamerson. Jason Lee. Jasenia Medina. Valerie Ramarui. Rihanna Robles. Danelli Rosbaldo. Rain Spates. Najoni Willie. Please join me in congratulating my homeroom class.
Thank you, Miss Agee. Now, next up would be Miss Cano's class. Miss Cano, come on forward.
Ramon Bravo. Kimora Coleman. Darlene Coronado Lopez. Leonette Joa Ferrer. Zechariah Jaramillo. Kelsey Mendez.
Michelle Ingar. Kylie Salant. Noah Salinas. Vanya Velasco Fuentes. Hannah Werite. Jasmine Zarate. Please join me in congratulating my homeroom class.
All right, next up is Miss Dunham's class. Miss Dunham is coming forward.
Alexander Martin. Lynn Ong. Enoch Wall. Please join me in congratulating my homeroom.
All right, next up we have Johannesson's class. Why don't we have Marshall's class line up as well? We need to go to the other side.
Rami Arsetmawi, Emiliano Contreras, Danny Keogh. Janet Valdez Palominos. Jesús Villegas Ataide. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Johannesson's homeroom.
All right, Miss Marshall's class will be read by Miss Clark.
Isaac Arison. Maida Selja. Isabel Pacheco Reinhardt. Sean Witten. Please join me in congratulating Miss Marshall's homeroom.
All right, next up is Miss Wright's class.
Heidi. Okay. Heidi Burciaga Amaya. Uriel Gonzalez Hernandez. Jordan Jasek Greer. Hansel Guerrero Olea. Oh, I'm sorry. Hansel Guerrero Olea. Xavier Martinez Medina. Malachi Mayfield Chavez. Bobby Paloma. Brianna Ramos. Jaden Smith. Jennifer Torres. Daisy Vargas Zul. I don't recognize them. Esmeralda Vertiz. Devin Walton. I don't recognize them because I don't see them. Nicholas Wheeler. Jonathan Nunez.
Please join me in congratulating my homeroom class.
Thank you, Ms. Reichs. Next up, we have Mr. Vachon's class.
Olivia Astras. Christopher Barajas Casillas. Shelton Brigham. Joyko Brown. Dominic De Leon. William Delgado. Matasia Elliott. Diamond Frost. Jasleen Gutierrez. Brianna Hillis. Tynell Jefferson. Aaliyah Jernigan. Maria Juarez Morales. Please join me in congratulating my homeroom.
Thank you, Mr. Vachon. Well done. We also have some students that were unable to attend the online. They've been online all year, but they were not able to attend, so I'm just going to put their names up just for a second for people to see, family to look at. We've got our first slide there. And then our second slide of names. We sure wish you could have been with us, but we do understand the reason why. Our third slide of our graduates. And our last. Oh, there's another one, sorry. All right, I think that's it. So, our online learners, it's the moment. Congratulations to you to the class of 2025. You know why I'm saying that? That's when you do what? I heard it on this side. Graduate from high school. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Give yourself a round of applause. Once again, just want to thank all of you who will be watching this, parents, grandparents, extended family members. Thank you so much for all your support. We are truly going to miss this group. They are a special group in our hearts here at Cholla, especially the last 15 months that's transpired. So we certainly wish they could have been in person for the full 2 years, but we hope those things change for them in high school, and we hope their experience in high school is more pleasant than what we experienced here at Cholla. So we are definitely going to miss you guys, but congratulations to you. At this time, that concludes our ceremony for the 2020-2021 school year. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, everything's going to be fine next year. You're going to be just fine. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paul Stanton, the very proud superintendent of the Washington Elementary School District. You know, I've been saying this for 6 years, but this year it seems a little more special. I always start with a disclaimer. You're not going to remember this speech, these words. You're not meant to, because they're my words. Instead, you should remember your words. You did it, you made it, you are moving forward. You are becoming a student of life. Now, before we move on, let's thank everyone that helped us get to this point. Thank you, families, parents, guardians, neighbors, and all those that helped lift our students up. Thank you, staff, teachers, administrators, social workers, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, everybody. You are the miracle workers, the essential human beings. Thank you for loving and caring and molding these students. Students, you are the teachers this year. You are the leaders. This year, and we the adults, well, we're the learners. You have shown us so many traits that we cannot teach you, but only marvel at. You have taught us how to balance your family demands, your school demands, your friend demands, your demands. You taught us that learning is so much more than subjects. Learning is juggling schedules, sharing technology, getting online, mastering meetings, getting frustrated, trying again, laughing, crying, succeeding, and doing it again tomorrow. You showed us that learning is how to watch over your siblings, over your guardians, over your parents, and how to help them through this once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. You contributed, you helped, you persevered, you made it. Remember this moment, as it will serve you well today, tomorrow, in high school, in college, in the military, in life. You see, you can't teach overcoming adversity, overcoming hardship, overcoming fear, but you learn from it. You learn how to deal with it. You learn that it did not define you, and now you can apply it to other situations that will come your way. That is real life learning. To say we're proud, well, that's just an understatement. Our lives are better because of you this year. Whether you're online, in person, hybrid, you touched our hearts and our minds in so many ways. You're not going to remember the speech, these words. You're not meant to, because they're my words. But you need to remember your words. You did it. You made it. You are moving forward. You are students of life. Class of 2021, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to learn from and with you.